Hey, good evening, Debbie. You're muted. Can't hear you.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good.
He's kicking out cheese.
How was your weekend?
Wasn't bad. Quiet.
Oh, this good to hear. Weekend was fine for me.
Huh?
I said the weekend was fine for me too.
What did you do? You cooked?
No, I just took a rest the whole weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
McCarthy actually agreed on facts.
You didn't cook for your mom?
No, and burn the house down? No, no, thank you.
Well, I guess it's just you and I, huh?
Dante is supposed to be joining us, but we'll see. The members, they got their calendar invites, the email notice, so
I know.
And that is where Cheney and McCarthy's paths.
We'll see.
yeah.
At least by 7:15.
Okay. Well, it'd be good that Dante joins on because he would like to further discuss the business corridor walkthrough that we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Right, and discuss logistics of that since the member, because we've requested that the member provide us with a specific time frame that they're comfortable with, and we haven't heard back. So we're just going to move forward at least with drafting the flyer so that we could promote that out, and the same form that you were talking about in terms of building a business distribution list form.
Yeah.
He's had it with her.
Oh, hold on. The Dante is not having a hard time. Give me 1 second. Let me help him out really quickly.
Should matter to the leader. If McCarthy's going to say this is all policy, he would love her lifetime good service was 80%, according to the Heritage Action. McCarthy, though, has had it with her. Now backing with Stefanik for change. Stefanik's service measures is now. But Stefanik is willing to go ahead with the election. And McCarthy's big ideas because of all that tonight. Tent's about to collapse, just like McCarthy's free flash and honesty direction. Republican Senator Mitt Romney, 2012 presidential nominee, tweeting today, quote, expelling Liz Cheney from leadership won't gain the GOP one additional voter, but it will cost us quite a few. Pretty simple words of wisdom, right? Already got your base. You can't.
Were you guys at the office today?
Well, they know this is a lie. Then there's Congressman Adam Kinzinger, who, like Cheney, voted to impeach Trump, saying Cheney is
A couple of hours, but not very long. Only like maybe 2 hours, really.
Okay.
But we'll be in tomorrow, starting from 9 a.m.
Okay.
Manu Raju begins our coverage out front on Capitol Hill tonight. And Manu,
I was at the office today.
You've been talking to a lot of Republicans about this today, and they're not all.
Debbie, okay, I think I got cut off a little bit.
Oh, you got cut off?
Yeah, a little bit. I didn't hear if you said anything. I didn't hear what you said.
No, I said I was at the office today.
Oh, are you in every day or just like hybrid?
No, Mondays and Tuesday mainly.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna be moving maybe to Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays going into the summer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just gotta take this one day at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Dante. How are you?
How are you, Debbie?
Good.
Yes, one day at a time.
Yes. That is all we can do.
That is true.
I was so amused behind the fact that the mayor sends workers back out and there's nothing, no places open for them to get food.
Yeah.
Well, essential
Either
workers.
you have to walk to Whole Foods or it's crazy. So
yeah,
I don't know what's going to be open on the 17th when a lot of people are coming in.
Yeah, it's going to be very bizarre with the city workers going back to work. I mean, I don't think that they'll be in it full time, maybe once or twice a week, which
Yeah,
we've already been doing, so it's no change for us. But
right.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see that.
Yeah, especially in the, the bigger buildings with, you know, those elevators that you gotta wait for, and
Yep.
we'll see how that works out. Oh, Bishop is connecting.
Yeah, who served as chief strategist for the Bush Cheney 2004 presidential campaign, and Van Jones, former special president.
Hi, Bishop.
And then urges someone here.
Is she? I guess she's muted.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Happy belated Mother's Day.
Well, it's every day's Mother's Day. for
Every
us.
day, every day. Yep, every day.
Every day.
That is so true.
As soon as I get in, I'll take my camera on.
Okay. Are you not in us yet?
No,
Okay.
I'm coming there. I'm coming there. And I'm going to
You're co-
come to the kitchen.
You're what?
I'm going to come to my kitchen
Oh,
when I
okay.
come in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's about 7:08, I guess 7:15. We'll see what happens. And just get started with whatever,
You look good, Debbie. You look good.
Thank you. I'm trying.
What did you do yesterday?
Not much. Just relaxed a little bit. Did a lot of, shredding.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and that was it. Paper accumulates quickly.
Let me tell you. I think everybody, they used to have the truck that comes.
Yeah, that's something that we need.
Yeah, we need to know how we can do that, especially for the business community.
Yeah, we
because
need to
that
look
would
into
be-
that.
Yeah,
See
I've been saying that
where
for
I know every year they have different locations that they,
right.
yeah. So I guess we can look into that and see when they're gonna be around in this
Especially for
community.
those businesses
Yeah,
in our neighborhood.
yes. Absolutely. So what did you do yesterday? You just relaxed?
Nothing.
Sometimes
did-
it's good.
I did
Sometimes it's
nothing.
good to do nothing.
I did nothing, Debbie, because we are in the throes of the New York State exam.
Uh-huh.
New York State exam. So
Right.
last week we had to administer the language arts, and this week we have to do math.
Oh boy.
And then in a couple more weeks we have to do science.
Oh,
So yeah. We're still in the throes.
wow.
Teachers are not off the hook at all.
I guess they have to keep it, moving.
Well, especially for
Matthew, Republican Senator Mitt Romney speaks tonight, and I just want to read this again.
What was that?
who suffers the most. That is absolutely true.
Cheney is being replaced with
Yeah.
No matter what happens now,
who is in complete
the
lockstep.
children of color will be the ones most affected.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt.
And that is due primarily to the fact that we are already in disparities.
Mm-hmm.
We are the ones that are facing the disparities all the time.
Yeah, that's been going on, even with the SATs and all of those things.
Oh, well, the SAT now, I know that there is a conflict because the new chancellor wants to change it. But that's been an argument that that has been ensued for many, many years. It seems like every year it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it will change because it appears to be a conflict between the Black community and the Asian community. And I don't think that's a fair assessment of it at all. I don't think so. But we will see. Let's see
But-
what they do. I'm in a meeting.
Absolutely.
What do you need?
No, just uncle went to go get me fried rice and fried steak.
Okay, he went.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna ask. He said that you would want some later.
Okay. Then I would, okay.
I'm gonna ask you, would you?
I'm so sorry. I'm speaking with the meeting. We can talk later.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
Okay, when we reach the house. Sorry,
Okay.
Debbie.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
the little one asking me when we arrive.
Yes. So yeah, there's a lot of the education system is so political now. It's like everybody wants, wants to, I don't know what it is, what the fight is about. But everybody wants a little piece. And it's I mean, they've changed chancellors so often. It's like I didn't even realize that Carranza had left until I saw this Miss Porter. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yes.
I didn't either. I had
Well,
no clue that he had left.
Debbie, you can't feel bad because the same thing happened with me. Don't feel bad.
I mean, I was
didn't know
drafting a
either.
letter for Gail, and it's like, wait a minute, we have a new chancellor?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God. So I went and I did a Google and I saw all this stuff and I was like, oh my God, what happened now? So, it's, I mean, I can remember all the prior chancellors. It's like, they never hang around for too long once it starts to get political.
And it's not only political, it's also now economical.
Well, of course.
Because charter schools are on the stock market.
Yeah.
That's how they make their money.
Yep.
Because the people who support charter school are their board members are members of the stock market. And so this is how they make their money. And this is how they strip our schools of space and other resources that the other students can't get. So it's an ongoing battle. It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. It's bizarre. To see that, there's so much going on outside of the school. And when you go into the school, the appearance of the restrooms and the water fountains and the kitchens, I mean, they're in poor condition. And it's like you have all this other stuff on the outside. And meanwhile, the inside is not even, in good condition for the kids.
Yes, habitable.
Yeah.
It's not habitable.
I mean, when you reach out to the SCA, the School Construction Authority, it's like, it's like they'll start a project and then they'll give you a quote. And by the time a year comes around, the quote is like maybe $1 million more. And it's like, well, what is it that, what prices went up that much? I never understand it. And I'm like, wow.
Yes, it's called politics.
Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, the kids are the one that's,
That suffers, yes.
not getting the benefits. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So it's 7:15 p.m. And I think
Okay.
we should get started with,
All
the
right.
meeting. So I'm going to call the meeting to order at 7:15 p.m.
Okay.
And of course, we never start our meeting without a word of encouragement by Reverend.
Yes.
Yes, so we're gonna allow you to do so.
Yes.
Thank you.
The psalmist David told us that, yea, though we walk through the valley and the shadow of death, we ought not to fear any evil, because the great, almighty, and most powerful God dwells with us. So we need not be afraid. But when we look through the windows of our minds and we read the socio-economic and political maps of our times, when we look at the tears from mothers who have cried for their children who have fallen to gun violence, both from the police and from gangs, we shiver at our very core unless we hold fast to those words. Yea, though I walk through the valley and the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. It is this mantra, this particular mantra of courage and faith that we hold on to today. Not only at CB9, not only with our leader, Debbie, but with all CBs and all leaders, all members of this great New York State, and in particularly our city. We hold on to this faith that our tomorrow will be better than our today. And that as our tomorrow shines a brighter light and a brighter future, our leaders to be now elected will bring new vision and innovation for a bigger and a better world for the advancement of our humanity. You know, CB9, Lord, have struggled through some bad times and some good times and some trying times. And now we have put our shoes on to walk again to a new corridor, through a new corridor of our leadership. Bless our district leader. Bless all the administrators who are there. And help us, eternal God, that as we walk this corridor, as we find ourselves walking between the walls of yesterday and tomorrow, that we make the best decisions. Not because it makes us feel good, not because it makes us look good, but because it's the right thing to do. Take Debbie's hands, oh God. Lead her, eternal Father. Encompass your light and guide her on her way every day, in every way. Just guide, guard, and protect us all. And at the end of our journey, we will give you the glory and we will give you the honor as we pray now for the longevity of a CB9 that is prosperous, that is healthy, a CB9 that is vigilant and safe for the advancement of our humanity and our community. And so it is, and so it shall be, now and forevermore, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for the word. My
God
God.
bless you.
Thank you.
God bless you, Debbie. God bless you.
Thank
You
you.
know,
God bless you too.
I've been on this board forever, I think, and I have never, until you asked me to, pray at any of our meetings. So I consider that an honor, and I'm humbled, Debbie, every time that you would ask me to offer a word of prayer, because I think it's prayer that changes things.
Absolutely.
and I understand the power of prayer, because without prayer, I know I would not be here.
Oh my God.
I know I would not be here. And it began from my grandmother's prayer to my mother's prayer, and now to me having to pray for others as well as myself.
Thank you.
Prayer is the key.
Yeah.
Prayer is
I
the key.
mean, as a community board member, the first time I met you, and I never understood why you were never involved in a word prior to our meetings. And it was mind-boggling to me. And I'm like, this, I mean, if it ever happens where you're in a meeting that I am in, this is what I'm going to request.
But Debbie,
Important, yeah.
I'm humble and I'm quiet with that, because every day you see me sitting at a meeting,
Yes.
and you might notice that I'm really quiet.
Yes.
I'm always on the prayer. I'm
Yes.
always on the prayer.
Yeah.
I'm always.
Yeah.
I don't have a conglomerate of friends.
Yes.
I see you as a partner on this journey.
Yes.
But I'm generally alone. I'm on the mission, and it's purposeful that I sit quietly.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
Yes, my
I
darling.
totally agree. Thank you.
God bless
Thank you for the word. Thank you.
Yes.
So we're going to move on with our agenda. I believe that everyone has a copy of the minutes from April, and of course the agenda, so we can move on with that. We don't have a quorum to, approve, but we can just move on. I mean, it's something that we just have to keep moving on with.
Yes.
Yes. So of course we all know each other by now. It's 4 of us. And Reb, you've met the district manager, Dante. And of course,
I have not officially. I thought I was going to stop by and see him at some point. But
okay.
I don't. I have not officially stopped by to.
You've met him virtually.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay.
But I'm talking about stopping by
Right.
at the meeting, to
Yes.
say hello. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
he's
happy.
he's on with us. So
Wonderful.
yes. So I guess at some point we'll get to meet each other.
Yeah, I'll stop by and say hello.
So
And
I want to,
introduce myself.
so with the new, I'm going to start with the new business where Carmen Martinez from the Transportation Committee, they are asking us as a committee to I believe, to join them. They want to do some type of work with the New York City Open Streets program in the community. I believe more like on Flatbush end for open streets where, like you go out and they will have tables and chairs and, kids can play and people can, mingle and do stuff. So they were looking at Flatbush Avenue from Empire Boulevard to Parkside,
Okay.
as well as Lincoln Road from Flatbush to Ocean. And that would be during the weekends. And they are hoping that, the businesses and restaurants would agree to participate in this endeavor. So she reached out to me and asked me if the Economic Development Committee would like to pursue this opportunity and have a presentation at their upcoming meeting to determine whether the business owners would like to participate in, such an event. So I informed her that I would bring it to the next meeting, which would be this meeting, for discussion. so here we are, and my thoughts on that was, my personal thoughts was that we need, as a board, to reach out to the businesses. We don't know how many businesses are still out there, up and about. So it would be good to know that prior to doing something like this, because, at this point, we really don't know, how these businesses are faring, whether they, have the resources to, do something like that, or what their thoughts are. So I was also thinking that this walkthrough would be helpful doing so. So that way we can reach out to, these businesses and find out, what their thoughts are, what their ideas are, what they would like to see, and things like that. Given the time constraints, we're in May. June is right around the corner. We are not doing business in July and August, although I'm doing business all year round. I mean, it's my community. I live here.
That's true.
So, it's important that we keep that in mind. So I mean, it's a bit tricky, you know, since oh my God, Khalid mentioned that they were working on a time, and when we can get out there. So I mean, when I got the information, I thought about all those things. So I don't know if you have any thoughts, Bishop. I mean, we would
Ye-
welcome that as well. It's not something that we can just do overnight. I think that we need to do the footwork before we can, you know, give our thoughts on this request. Either we can do it that way, or we can just go ahead and do open streets and, see who participate and, who don't participate. I mean, I just, don't know what else to say about this, this request. I mean, if you have some ideas, I mean, we can talk about that as
Just,
well.
just to say, with
Yeah,
the time constraint,
right.
that it might be in our best interest to let the streets be open and then do a survey,
Exactly.
you know, bring some family members and do that walk. And
Right.
then, while we are in that particular vicinity,
And that,
we can
right.
speak to, members there. I think it might be a little bit tricky to go to do that first and then come back to vote as to whether or not,
Exactly.
we should
It's
open
gonna
the
be,
street.
we're gonna be taking up a lot of time doing that.
Yeah,
And I also mentioned to Khalid about like a postcard blitz, where you have a paid postage cards, and they can mail it back to the CB office. Um, that was something that came up while we were walking,
correct.
the corridor.
Yes,
So, we would have to come up with something quickly. I mean, Lee mentioned doing a flyer. I'm not sure that, the flyer would be something doable, because it means that we would have to stop and wait for them to fill it out and collect
correct.
it. Whereas the postcard, it would be a paid postage card, and, they can do whatever and mail it back in. So,
From Debbie, from the educational standpoint,
yeah.
I know that St. Mark's
Mhm.
usually have a open street,
Right.
close the street when they have their get together.
Mm-hmm.
I usually close our street, and I
Yeah.
know in Lincoln Place, the school over on Lincoln Place, yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
Catholic school over there also usually have the streets open.
Right.
So ours is just one day. I'm not sure if the administration went to the CB9 office to get an okay on that then. So we can see if those people, if we will get the opportunity to open the streets, you know, for the children to come out, or if there still be a cap and how many people
Mhm.
can be on the street at one time. Based on the fact that the children are not vaccinated yet,
Mhm.
although they say today, starting at 12, they can get it.
Mhm.
Starting at 12 years old.
Wireless caller.
That's my phone ringing.
Call from wireless caller.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No problem. So I think
just checking on you.
just to know that
It's okay with you.
would,
Yeah.
will help us on you know the side of helping the schools to open for a day when the children ride their bikes. You know, I think we were told that we cannot have the bouncy house because of the
Oh, okay.
virus.
Because right.
Right. So it's just to know that. But the other one, I think we should do the cards, send them out, and then open the street and let's go. Let's go see. Even if it's just 5 of us walking through on that
Yeah.
particular day.
Yeah, I told them to go ahead and set it up. We don't need to
Yes.
wait for our, you know, assembly person or senator. I mean, we just need to do what we have to do. I mean, sitting and waiting for them to get back to us when we could be out there, you know, doing what we need to do is important. There are things that you just can't sit and wait on folks for. So,
Not at all.
yeah. So, I mean, I would just make a recommendation to her that we just, you know, go with it and see what happens. I mean, you inform the businesses what's going to be taking place on the weekends, whether it's Saturdays and Sundays, by flyering or whatever, and you know they take advantage of it if they choose to or not.
Correct.
And I believe that
agree.
they can do that, but that would be my recommendation. I mean, I don't know how you feel about that, or
Yeah.
or Dante, I don't know if you have any input.
You know, I was I was going to say that if I read it correctly, you said Lincoln Road between Ocean and Flatbush, which is a bus route, so that might
Right.
be problematic. You know, I was in the transportation committee, so I did hear a little bit about it. You know, I think that they're really going to have to figure out exactly what streets that
I
they
think
want to
so,
do.
yeah.
I
Now
think
that you
that's
mentioned that bus route, yeah.
yeah, because I highly doubt we're going to get an okay from anyone to close a bus route. So, you know, I don't know, you know, how you want to handle it in terms of your community, your committee, and their committee. But you know, I think that there needs to be a dialogue that needs to start. And then, you know, however you want to proceed, just let me know what you need from me, and I'm down with it. But yeah, I think that figuring out exactly what streets,
Yeah.
yeah, I think is the start. And I don't think that Lincoln Road will work because of the bus route. So
Right, the bus and the train station right there. Yeah. Well, that's something that needs to be considered.
and maybe something else that, you know, might need to be considered is if they're closing the road, is the purpose of the open street for people to walk, or is this an opportunity for businesses to kind of use the street to their advantage, right? You know, if they can, you know, it could be advantageous for them to put extra chairs out, something like that. You know, that's a business, you know, friendly model. So is this for people or is this for businesses? And I think that, you know, once we get that distinction, it'll all pan out. So
Yeah, well, okay, so I'll just provide her with, you know, a summary of what our thoughts are on that in terms of the locations and, you know, exactly where they're going to be doing this as opposed to, you know, just saying certain streets are not taken into consideration, that those are bus routes, or, and I don't think that the 43, I think, goes up there. I don't know if there's another bus that goes there and turns around. So yeah, that has to be looked at in terms of, the location. So I have added the link as well. Rev, I don't know if you saw that, for the open street information in terms of what, what it entails.
I'm on the phone. I'm not on the computer
Oh,
or the
no, I'm just
iPad.
saying on the agenda, it's on there. So just in case you want to take a look at it to
No
see
problem.
what the open street entails. So, we're gonna pass thoughts and ideas, because we just did that. In terms of the proposed small business walkthrough, I guess, Sante, you wanted to say a few things about that, so you can go ahead.
Yeah, we were talking, the staff and I, we were talking about doing a small business walkthrough, and it seems, from my understanding, you and your committee were already discussing something like that, and this is like right when I
Yeah,
started, so it's kind of like perfect.
right.
Yeah, we will have to catch up with Deshaun at the chamber, just to see exactly, what's advantageous for us to do. One of the things that we were trying to do
Mhm.
was, if there were any of the businesses that were looking for loans that came out of the stimulus packages, then they would need to fill out certain applications. But since,
Yes.
because of time, we don't know if that's still going to be, if I mean, essentially we're running out of time. So, I'm down to do whatever. I really want to use this opportunity to walk through, to one, obviously get information to businesses from the chamber, but also let people know that there's a community board, right?
Yes, absolutely.
This is like a prime opportunity to really start to, make our way through the community, let people know that there's a community board, there's a district manager, and start to prepare them for.
We got cut off.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, I think this is a good opportunity to start preparing for next year.
Yes.
Start making those relationships with businesses. So, I'm down to move forward. If that's what you want to do, I can work with Khalid, so we can reach out to Deshaun and start putting it in motion, so we don't run out our days. So, yeah, I think this is a great opportunity. And this is one of those things where, I don't know how many people are going to actually participate, but
Yes.
if, at least if there's 3 or 4, even if it's the CB staff and yourself and some folks from your committee, I just want to be able to hit almost every commercial corridor
Yes.
in the district. And, we're probably not gonna be able to do it all in one day, but
No,
yeah.
we have to break that up. Yeah.
Right. So if it's just a series where, maybe once a month, we're going out to each commercial corridor and just letting people know, hey, we're here. If you need information, you can, call the community board, and we'll put you in contact with the right people to get whatever resources that you need. But, I really want to take this as an opportunity to advertise the community board. I think that this is something, especially with a new DM, I want people to know, like, I can call the community board if I need information. So, if we have to break it down into 4 different segments, that's fine. But I do think that we need to plan it and then move forward. Go ahead and do.
Yeah. And I also think that maybe we can see if we can get some volunteers. I mean, there's always people that's willing to volunteer in the community, to do some of the, whether we do flyering or whatever it may be, that would be helpful as well. Yeah. But it's important that we get out there. I mean, with when I was on the transportation committee, we started doing Saturday walks. and we were out in different areas looking around to see what, was wrong with the sidewalks and the crosswalk and, the lights and all those things that people had issues with. So, it's important to, I believe, to get out in the community and, see what's going on for yourself. And, make your notes so you know what it is, what's out there. Yeah. So yeah, we can definitely move on that and do what, we need to do. Reverend, you have anything to say on that one? Hi, Wayne.
Hi, how are you? Sorry
Yes,
about
I'm
being so
coming.
late.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Sorry
working.
about being so late.
Oh,
I
thank
had
you
to
for
take care
coming.
of some other things.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome.
And there is someone else on here. I'm not sure who's on here. Khalid?
Yeah, I'm not sure who it is. It looks like they dialed in, so their name isn't available. But
Yeah. Khalid, do you know who's on there?
No, it just shows up as a number for me. We'll have to wait for them to unmute and introduce
Okay. Okay. So in terms of all business, as a committee, we were talking about some things that we wanted to do. We were talking about coming up with a sign for the local businesses for the windows. And were you able to get in contact with Greg, Khalid? Were you able to get in contact with Greg about the signs?
Sorry, Debbie. I have not been able to speak to Greg. I was actually hoping that number would have been him. I know he usually calls in, but
Yeah, but he hasn't
maybe
been,
perhaps it wasn't, and that person is gone.
yeah, he hasn't attended a meeting in a, few months.
Right.
But he did, perhaps something. So, I mean, I thought it was fine because he used the same design of the,
Shop local.
like the dots on the, of the small businesses that I sent from, Beta NYC, the one that they created for us.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I know it. Right.
it was that, and then there were two others with, he had like fruits, but I wasn't too keen about that. And I don't know anyone else on the committee whether they looked at it, but yeah. So I thought that was fine. He was supposed to tweak it and get back to us, but I hadn't heard from him. So I thought maybe you had heard from him.
I have not at this time. I'll be sure to get to tomorrow morning. I'll be sure to reach out to him and let him know what we're trying to do, and if he can.
Yeah, that would be something that would be helpful, to do with the walk, providing that, it's because he was supposed to get back to the board to let them know what was the next steps.
Right.
Yeah. And then we were also talking about doing a shop local bag, a reusable bag. We decided at the last meeting that due to the time constraints and the budget, timing, we would probably have to put that into the next fiscal year. But in the meantime, we can decide, on, I guess the color and the contents for the bag, so that we can have that information, available for the next fiscal year. And hopefully we can plan something around that. We also talked about building partnerships with local businesses and trying to get contact information for the businesses. And I noticed walking around, the community is starting to look like a community again. There's a lot of, restaurants. As a matter of fact, yesterday, I was walking along the avenue and people were out, patronizing some of the businesses along the avenue. So that was good to see. Yeah. I actually was in Soho on Saturday, and I mean, you can see this businesses and people were sitting there eating and, enjoying themselves. So that was a good thing, when you see, people
Hello?
being able to sit out and eat and enjoy, a
I
dinner.
can't hear you.
Yeah. Reverend, are you there?
Debbie, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Debbie, I can't hear you.
No?
I can't hear you.
Why not?
I can hear you,
Hello?
Debbie, so
We can all hear you.
I can't hear. Hold on. I don't know what's going on.
Are you muted?
Okay. Can you hear me, Debbie?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
You can hear me, but I
Yes.
can't hear you.
Wow.
Ash, see if you can help Grandma here. I don't know what happened.
Is your volume all the way up?
The volume is up, yes. I was hearing her and then everything, see, the volume is all the way up.
Are you allowed to leave and come back?
How do I leave and come back?
Just press leave.
So-
and then try to-
So
Leave.
Khalid,
Leave.
the person in that it
Come out like
says
that?
Mr. Bishop or Miss Bishop.
And then,
Yes.
oh no, here it is. Can you hear me, Debbie?
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
you loud.
hearing you.
There you go.
We're hearing you, Bishop.
Okay. He said I had to leave and come back.
Okay, well, exit and
I
then
got it.
return.
I got
Because
it.
okay.
Because
So
I
who's
can hear
on
you now.
718-715-8420?
Hello, good night. This is Greg Clark.
Hi, Greg.
Okay.
How are you? So you must have heard us talking about you.
I didn't hear you talking about me. I just entered the meeting
Huh?
and I just entered the meeting and I wasn't sure how to take this thing off of mute. So
Oh,
I-
okay. So how are
yeah,
you?
so I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, good night to everyone that's also in the meeting. I was listening
Yes,
a
so
little
we
bit.
have
Good night.
we have Dante Online on the meeting. He is the new district manager.
Oh, okay, good. Nice
We
to meet
have
you, brother. I haven't met
Reverend
you yet.
we have Reverend Gonzalez, and we have Wayne and Khalid and myself.
What's up,
So we
Khalid?
were, yeah, so we were just talking about
Hey, good to hear from you.
All right. Yes.
we were just talking about the signs that you were crafting for the storefronts, the windows.
hmm
And I believe the last time we spoke, or the last meeting that you were at, we were talking about, finalizing the signs, and you were supposed to get to, speak with Mia at the community board. Do you
Yes,
have
I
any?
was.
I'm sorry.
I sent Mia some signs when we were dealing with
Yeah,
that. But,
the 3 signs that you sent, right?
yeah, I sent some signs, but you didn't call me. I was waiting for you to call me in contact with that.
No, but
But
I
before
thought
did-
I thought we agreed that we would use not the ones with the vegetables, the other one with
Oh,
the
no, that
the
was
other
not
one from the Beta NYC information that I had sent.
No, that was not confirmed with me. I didn't get a call or anything like that, so I wasn't sure. But at any time, I mean, if you guys had decided on one, you could have used it. I did send it to her, so I wasn't sure about that. I didn't get a call. But before that, I don't know everyone on the line, so let me introduce myself. My name is Greg Clark. I've been on the committee pretty much. I don't know. I'm pretty much the longest member on the committee right now. Other people have left the committee since I've been there. I haven't seen them since. And we've done a lot of things. I think I heard the gentleman speaking about going to stores and stuff like that. But I just wanted to elaborate that. But before I do that, I've been working with the community board for a while. I perform different services for them in media development meaning web development and anything in that realm. Also, I have a non-for-profit, which I've been putting out community board information for almost like 8 years now. So if anybody does have anything, it's info@bklynbridges.com if you ever want to get information out. That's just a quick synopsis, just to get that out there real quick. And Debbie, as for the designs, Mia should have them. They can be used at any time, but we didn't discuss anything, and needed you to call me, pretty much.
Okay, but Khalid said that he reached out to you.
I didn't get a call.
Greg, you might have maybe received a call from a Google Voice number, and maybe it wasn't recognizable. And we changed our Google Voice number too, like just recently, to renew our subscription. And so the number could have been like a Jersey number, like 885 something. Okay. So that would be our fault, if anything. Just so I do have the email correspondence here that from January. I think that the earliest one I'm seeing is the January 11 with the fruits and vegetables and the map.
Right, exactly.
So I'll rehash this email up for all of us, and then we can follow up on this in the morning. So let me just.
Yeah. It's cool, Khalid. Don't take it as a fault. Maybe the numbers got mixed up with stuff like that, because you know a lot of stuff is going on, and I haven't really called the office in a while either. So, you know, if there's anything,
it's okay. We're hardly in the office too, honestly, Greg.
Oh, okay, cool. So if anything,
yeah, you know, we're on a staggered hybrid schedule.
Oh, yeah, it's all good. If anything, just send it to me, and we could just take it from there and just get it back on track.
Yeah, I think that the maps, it would be the more, you know, the best scenario for that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, as long as everybody.
I mean, but you can, Khalid can provide Dante with a copy of the 3 different prints.
Mm-hmm.
So that he can see what. Yeah, but I think that I think that I can't remember what the wording was on there, but I believe that we were supposed to say something like CB9 Shop Local. I can't remember what else was supposed to be on.
Yeah, the phrasing on there is the ones we decided on. It's
right.
It's on there. Yeah, so I don't remember particularly, because you know I'm doing different things, but I don't remember what it says exactly. But when you look at it, it's right on there. So when
right.
it's you can see it. It's right on there. So the way that
so maybe we can just finalize that and move that forward.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. And now is a good time because Dante made a request to all committees for, final needs or requests, as I should say. So that would be something that maybe you need to finalize with the board office at your earliest convenience.
Okay, cool. So I called.
And then we were talking about the bags, the shop local bags that we were going to, do in the next fiscal year.
Okay, cool.
Because we need to finalize that as well. And
cool.
You were saying something?
Oh yeah, this was taking a moment because I wasn't sure if you were finished. I was saying, I know things have been a little staggered, as Khalid was leading to as well. So as soon as an email is sent or something is sent out, and we can continue that. I heard you were saying you're gonna postpone that for a while, so that's cool. So anything that has to be done when the time is right or correct, we can, proceed.
Okay, so yeah, so what we were doing is what we were talking about before you got on was about planning a walkthrough of the corridors in the community. So I think it would be a good idea to as we're walking along, meeting the different businesses and having a conversation, would be good to, provide them with, the signs for the windows. So that can be added to a part of the planning for this upcoming event as well. So,
That would be cool. They could put copies. That would be cool. They usually
okay.
do that. They usually do that for like the shop logo. So what happens is when you go to the store, you just ask them to put it up, then they
Yeah.
usually put it in the window. Yeah, so it
Yes.
works.
Yeah, but we would need to know what would be the final finishing for those signs, whether it
Mhm.
needs to be, what is it, lamented, or
Now we
whether
usually just
what type of
we usually just print it on the community board
hardboard or
usually has sturdy paper. We usually print it on it's not 8x11, it's a little bit bigger, or 8x11 depending on what it
11 by
was.
14.
Yeah, it's usually a little bit bigger, and we
Uh-huh.
just print it. And sometimes, last time I think we got some printing service to make us bigger ones. I don't know
Okay.
who did it. So it depends.
So it would be good
yeah.
to get the dimensions so that we know, and all those little details, so that they can get that, on that.
Oh, well, we can decide on that now. We can decide on that now because I mean, how big does? And I mean, I would just want to be considerate of any business because I don't know how big they want it in their windows, But
Right.
yeah, but we could. I mean, 8x11 is standard paper size. So, I mean, how much you could go 2 times that size or 3 times? I mean, something like that. But then again, consideration towards printing. I mean, I don't know if we got to find a printer as well. So, but there are printers in the neighborhood, I'm sure. So maybe we could use one of those.
Okay, so all of those little details we can, come up with, and so that we'll have the information available for, the printing of the signs.
Okay, so when we find a place, I'll just look into others. I mean, I know there's a printing place right down the block from the community board. So I mean, I could call and see. But you just have to find out what sizes they print and the price and pricing and stuff like that maybe. And I guess I could talk to Kalita. We just go back and forth, or I could talk to you, or we send an email or something like that. But just communicate about it. It shouldn't be that difficult at all.
Okay, so Khalid, you send an email tomorrow, right? With all the,
I just sent the email to all of us right now, or at least to Greg, Debbie, and Dante, and the district office. So I just rehashed it
okay,
with the same 3 images, but highlighting that the district map template is the most favorite, and we can discuss reaching out to a vendor who can put them on a flyer or drawstring bags or whichever piece we decide to utilize.
right.
Yeah, but we could decide on all that because my company could do that. I mean, we could decide on all of that.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, because you're already a vendor, right, Greg?
Yeah, so I could
Okay.
take care of all. Yeah. So
Okay, so you need to reach out to the board so that Dante is aware of what the needs are
So
Okay,
what we'll need
in
to
terms
do
of
is
getting that done.
right. So what we'll need to do is, of course, determine how many of which items we'd like, and of course, Greg, you would draft up an invoice
Yeah.
for us.
Right.
Right. Mia has discussed all this before, so
I got you.
right. We'll talk through it tomorrow in the morning or afternoon, if whichever is an easier time.
All right.
Right, and you can just include me on there.
Of course.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
All right. So cool. It's when you send that tomorrow, I guess we'll talk. Debbie, you gonna be available too? And Dante, I think I'm not sure because I haven't met the brother, so I don't want to be.
We'll make it an email correspondence
It'll
just
be
for
an
all of
email
us.
correspondence,
And,
yeah.
if we need to have a discussion together as like a conference call.
All right, cool.
Sorry,
No
Debbie, say that again.
No,
No,
I
I
said
said
it's
cool.
fine. It can be an email conversation.
Right. And if we need to have a voice-to-voice conversation, then we'll just schedule that, no problem, via the email correspondence.
Okay, right.
Right.
That's fair enough.
Right. But
Yes.
Mia has already discussed with Greg how the process works, so
Right.
it should just be.
Well,
It shouldn't.
I know how the process.
I'm sorry, Greg.
I know how the process works before that, but I got it.
I'm sure
Yes.
Greg does.
Yes. It's,
Yeah,
right.
I've been
Perfect.
doing it for
So
a
it
while.
shouldn't be hard.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
been
we
doing
shouldn't
it
have any
for
issues.
a while. Yeah.
Okay, Greg,
So,
and I have another question. I have a question for you.
what's that?
In terms of do you have a listing of the local businesses in CB9? Were you
I
able
have-
to extract anything from the information that I had sent?
Wait. Oh, Debbie. So we
I don't
remember.
have. They sent out a whole.
Yes.
They made one. Khalid sent out and they have a shop local small business manual now. I actually put it on my actually it's on the not-for-profit site. You can actually look at it in a web view with all the links, and you can click them all for the list of stores. Actually, it's pretty nice. It was done by
Assemblymember Richardson.
Yes,
Yes.
it is. That's right. Diana did it.
So
She did that.
Right. I'll rehash that email too, just so we all have it fresh in our records. But I think, Debbie, maybe what you might want for us to do is
You sent out one too, Khalid, with like a map. I remember it. Like,
Yeah, that was the one that I got from Data
event,
NYC.
which is what we don't have. We just have like
oh, okay, yes, that's the one you
addresses
sent.
and the number to a business, but that is
But the extracted information that like, or numbers and maybe a little summary of the information, that's they put that all, Diana and the assembly, well, they did that. They put it together. It's actually on the site. Khalid, you send that out in the email with the resources every week.
yes,
So
yes.
So everybody should actually be able to see a copy of it, but you can also see a copy of it on the site, and it has a pretty extensive list of everything. Yeah, and then,
Yeah, but is it current? Because we don't know what
Yeah.
businesses are still out there,
Very current, Debbie.
Yeah,
Like
I
current
think
as
you just did
in
it.
yes. Assemblymember Richardson did just compile this list within this year.
Okay, so we can,
it posts-
so we can take a look at that and
Right.
see what's on there. All right, so any additional questions, Greg?
Nah. As long as everybody's been doing well, how's everybody doing? That's about it. Yeah.
Everybody's
Everybody-
trying to keep well during these uncertain times.
Yeah, that's the best thing. You know?
Yeah.
So as long as everybody's well, that's that's the first thing. So
Trying to revive the community board now that we have a district manager. Trying to do things and move it forward.
put things in order. But me and Khalid been holding it down, and everybody else for a while. So shout out to them.
Yes.
They've been holding it down. So
Yes.
yeah.
So any other thoughts and ideas before we conclude because I believe that we spoke about everything thus far. There were some, at the last meeting, there were some complaints about noise complaints. I'm not sure whether the person that was, I can't remember her name, Khalid, did she reach out to the community board like I
for
informed
noise
her?
complaints.
Yeah, there's a building on, I believe, President between Bedford and
Yeah, from the construction.
they
That's
had
not
like a 24-hour
Oh, okay.
permit or
Regarding
something like
the
that.
Bedford Armory, yes.
Right.
So we get a number of those, Debbie. So I have to look into the records to see specifically who, but we always forward those complaints because they're typically like the generator
Right.
complaints or any other work complaints, and we always forward that to our liaison for the Bedford courts and inform them that, listen, there's construction that's happening outside of feasible or appropriate work hours.
Right.
kindly address it. So they are they are responsive, regarding those inquiries, but we'll admit that constituents still return, or follow up in the email chain that this is still happening on this day, what's going on, and the liaison would, follow up with, well, XYZ, so forth like that. So
Mm-hmm.
it honestly is a back and forth.
Yes.
What the office, as in, Mia, Dante, and I, we're trying to, um, or at least how best to put it, to reinform that we do have board members who are Bedford Union Armory liaisons. We're supposed to be receiving information from them on a regular basis. So we want to bring that back up and move forward with addressing these complaints properly.
Yeah. But we should have, whenever there is a, what do you call it, borough service cabinet meeting, all of those complaints should come up at that time, so that
Yes.
the liaisons from the agencies, they know, they are aware, and they would,
Yes,
do
that
follow
is.
up on it.
Yeah, what will happen is the first district service cabinet meeting is June 1st. So
Yes,
I will have the staff compile all of the service request numbers for these complaints, and then address them with the appropriate agency representative.
that's it. And they can all get a copy of that, so they all know what's going on in the community. Yeah. Thank you. Any other questions? Any other concerns? So I'm going to finalize everything that we just spoke. Greg, you're going to be getting an email to finalize all the details. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, so you and Khalid sent an email out, so you're going to respond, and you're going to touch base with the board in terms of, all of the final details for this sign for the business, the windows of the businesses, so that we
Okay.
can at least have something, when we walk through the community. And what else?
The opening of the streets.
And we are going to get back to the transportation committee. I think that
Correct.
they can make that determination on their own. We, due to time constraints, I don't think that we we would be able to do what we really need to be doing prior to doing something like that. So I would think that, they just need to have the open streets and see what the outcome is, and then they can take it from there.
As Dante said also, Debbie, we need to know if those
And yes, we
streets
also, yeah,
are
absolutely.
corridors of buses.
Yes. So I will provide that information in my summary to her as well.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely need to follow up on the location and the bus routes and things like that before they finalize, the details about exactly where they're going to do this. Because if you're talking about, let's see if I can find, if you're talking about Flatbush from Empire, that's, that would be a problem, given, taking into consideration the, although the 43 bus comes along and then it comes over on Flatbush. So yeah, and that's a bus route. So yeah, I'm gonna do a summary and send it to her tomorrow, letting her know what, we came up with, and then, she can determine how she wants to move forward on, the whole thing.
Okay,
Or she
Debbie,
can
I'm
bring it
in.
back to the administration. Oh, there you are.
Yes,
Hi.
I'm in.
Yes, nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So yeah, so I'm gonna do a summary and send it to respond to comment tomorrow. And
Okay.
yeah, let her know what we thought about that. And then Dante, you can probably, reach out to her as well. I don't know if you sit in on their committee meeting. I don't know when her meetings are. When her the transportation committee.
I think hers is the first. It's either. It was last week, so it's got to be
Also,
the
her
first.
meeting happened already.
Yeah. Right.
Okay,
First
so
Wednesdays.
okay, so I'll send her a summary of what we thought. Wayne, do you have anything to add to our discussion?
Not at this time. Although I do think that the thing going down Flatbush might be a problem.
Yes, that's what we spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
So they
No,
would have
other
to,
than that, no.
yeah, they would have to look at the whole aspect of that and see what makes sense and what doesn't make sense, because definitely, that bus route, that's a problem.
Yeah, it's going to be a big problem.
Yeah, and Flatbush is a main street, so
Exactly.
you don't, yeah. So,
Okay.
okay. So seeing the Dante, did you want to add anything anything further, Dante? Did you want to add before
No.
we?
No, it sounds like we covered everything, but I just wanted to say thank you for letting me sit in on your committee meeting. I look forward to working with this committee in the coming months and after the summer break.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm very happy to know our minds are kind of in the same place with the business walkthrough, right? It's nice to know that we we never spoke before this and we had the same idea in mind. So I look forward to I look forward to working with you in your committee moving forward. So thank you for having me.
And thank you for joining us. So since there is no further information, I will move to adjourn the meeting at 8:13 p.m.
I second that motion.
Thank you.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. And I will see you guys at the general board meeting.
Yes.
Well,
Thank you. And then
Well,
I'll
good
see you
night.
guys next month for our June meeting.
yes.
Thank
Well,
you.
good night.
Be well and keep up the good work. We're
Stay
moving
safe,
forward.
Debbie.
Yes.
Stay safe, Debbie.
Yes, you too. You too.
Good night to all.
Yes,
God
Good
good
night,
night.
everyone.
Thank you.
God bless.
Thanks, Khalid. Thanks, Greg. We'll
Yes.
be in contact. Yes. Thank
Yes.
you.
Good night, everyone. Yo, congratulations to the new district manager as well.
Yes, yes.
That's good.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank
No
Yes.
doubt, brother. That's big. Thank you very well.
Yeah.
And hope
Yes.
everybody's
Good night,
well.
Greg.
Stay
I'll
safe.
give you a call later.
Okay.
Yeah, no
Thank
problem,
you.
brother.
Perfect.
We'll talk. Yeah, email me, call me, whatever's good. Everybody stay safe as well.
Got
Good
it.
night.
Got it.
Yes, you too, Greg.
All right.
Good
Cool.
night.
Take care.
you. Good night.
Okay. Bye.
Good night.